Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Social Rejects podcast. I am your host, Social Rejects, and today I am joined here with none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Hindu Kush, aka Lucas. What up, Lucas?
Howdy do.
I'm also joined here today by a new face. You all probably will be like, whoa, new people. That hasn't happened in a while. Yeah, that's what I'm like too. We got Saber, aka Luke. What up, Luke?
Yo, what's up? Hello, guys.
So, today I've brought a number of topics, but let's start off with the Game Awards. Luke, why don't you take the football here and run us through your thoughts on the Game Awards? What do you think?
Well, overall, I think the Game Awards was low-key kind of hit or miss. The announcement trailers could have been better. I mean, I definitely got the shock value from that Divinity trailer, seeing a man get cooked alive, while also seeing someone get railed. But I did enjoy. I know this was controversial, but I did enjoy seeing Clear Obscura win 9 out of 12 of the awards. I am the biggest Expedition 33 glazer ever, just like Elden Ring. That is my take. And also, the Phantom Blade Zero looks pretty fun, and the Lego Batman game does as well. So, and I like Jeff Keighley, so that's my take. Nothing too crazy, just a glazer.
Would it be safe to say that you enjoyed this year's Game Awards?
Yeah, I was also watching it with my friend. So, if you have friends to watch it with, the Game Awards is going to be enjoyable no matter what. If you didn't enjoy if you did not enjoy the Game Awards, then you probably were a blind Kojima or a Nintendo fanboy because your game lost.
Well, I'm gonna say that I didn't enjoy the Game Awards, and you know, Luke, that I am no Nintendo glazer. You know
I'm not either. I used to.
But I'm gonna reserve my opinions on the Game Awards till the end. We're gonna pass the football here to good old Hindu Kush. What do you think of the Game Awards, man?
All I'm gonna say is fucking this. Cannot wait for Forza Horizon 6 to come out. And the Game Awards, all I'm gonna say is this. Fucking out of all the games that could have been nominated this year, man, one game just took it all.
Yeah, I'm a build off of that sentiment. Here it comes, and I wanna preface this before I go on this huge ramble about the Game Awards and all of that. I don't hate Expedition 33. I don't. It looks like a good game. I haven't personally played it, but what was it? 9 out of 13, right? 9 out of 13. Correct me if I'm wrong.
9 out of 12.
9 out of 12, there we go. So we got 9 out of 12 nominees for one game. Doesn't that seems a bit stale? I don't know. If we're talking legendary games, right? You want to talk about a legendary game, right? Halo 2 sold 5 million copies back in 2004 on only console. That's what legendary games do. That game did that. You know, that game did that. That's what legendary games do. Halo 3 sold 4.2 million copies on day one, 8 million copies a few days later. Took Expedition 33 a month to hit 3.3 million sales, another 6 months more to hit 6 mil. I don't know, man. Battlefield 7 sold 7 million copies in its first week.
It was Battlefield.
I don't know, bro. Or Battlefield 6. Whatever. We got Black Ops 7. We got Battlefield 6. I get them confused sometimes. They both go pew pew. Honestly, that debate. Well, 1 minute. Let's branch off here real quick to that debate.
Yeah.
They're both shooter games. That's a stupid debate. Anyways, that's my take on that.
Okay.
So many nominations, one game. It's a perfect example, right, of how bland the gaming industry has become. Perfect. It's perfect. one game, okay, admittedly a good game, right? Admittedly a good game, right? Like, I'm not trying to say it's a bad game. But 9 out of 12. We got a good game. Good, not something I would consider legendary. I think personally, best game direction should have gone to Death Stranding. Best art direction definitely should have gone to Hollow Knight. Not saying that Expedition 33 had bad art direction or bad game design, because that's for sure not the case. It's definitely in contention. But I think after you win so many awards, you kind of have to focus on. I think they went a little bit overboard with Expedition 33. And now I want to get back to legendary games, right? And this is I'm comparing the Game Awards titles to titles that are undoubtedly legendary, right? And I'll get to a point with this, right? I'll get to a point. But Halo Elite, Halo Reach, legendary. Halo ODST, legendary. Halo Infinite even. Halo 4 even. Halo 5, quote, the worst Halo game ever made. Sold 5 million copies while being exclusive to Xbox. Halo 3 was named GameStop's Game of the Year 18 times in a row. Now that's what I'm talking about. That game broke numbers, best campaign, best multiplayer, undoubtedly one of the best games of all time. That deserves multiple nominations. Not saying that Claire Expedition 33 does not deserve multiple nominations. I just don't think it deserved as many as it got, if that makes sense. I feel like it's a perfect representation of how bland the gaming industry has gotten. Because you take a look at it, right? And look at the titles that were nominated this year. How many titles were nominated this year? There should have been at least 10. But we're in single digits now. It doesn't spell good for the gaming market when there's really only a handful of games that were considered nomination worthy. And yes, Claire Expedition 33 is nomination worthy. I'm not trying to dog on that game whatsoever. Great game. But the fact of the matter still stands. Why did it get so many nominations? And the answer is clear. Get it? Claire. Clear. It's not obscure. Ah, see what I did there? Gaming's drying up. It's getting stale. It's not what it used to be. Like back in its heyday when Halo came out and Halo and Call of Duty were slugging it out for who was the best shooter. And then you had Battlefield come in the mix, and we had so much competition for good games. Now there really is no competition, right? Because like let's look at the game studios, right? Saber, Luke,
Yes.
name 3 AAA studios. Just off the top of your head.
Square Enix, Rockstar, and Capcom.
How long have those studios been in the gaming industry? Like 50 plus years? More than 50?
Yeah, or well, Capcom, yes. Square, well, they used to be called Squaresoft, but like I think like 40 years.
Yeah, so 40 some years they've been in the gaming industry, and they've stayed at the top of the charts.
I don't know about that. I don't know about Square Enix.
Well, Square Enix is kind of they're new, right? They're the youngest. Well, they're the youngest kid out of the 3. Because Rockstar's been around.
How long has Rockstar been around?
Somebody get me a quick Google search. How old is Rockstar Games?
Let me see, actually, because I did. Okay,
I don't know off the top of my head either.
Rockstar Games. Let me see how old it is. Rockstar Games Company. 1998.
Okay, so since the turn of the new century, right, we've had pretty much the same games at the top of the board, right? You got your Call of Duty from Activision, right? Big developer, big AAA team. And sure, you could argue that Bungie is still up there, but we're going to ignore Bungie for now because they've had their issues. we have Epic Games with Fortnite, right? Epic Games has been around for God knows how long. They've been making good games all the way back on the iPod Touch. They've been around for a long time. And then you also have the big hardware manufacturers. Nothing changes. Everything stays the same. Only one's the best. There's no competition anymore, and that's what I'm trying to get at here. The reason why Claire Expedition 33 won as many awards as it did is not because it's not because it's a brilliant game that's groundbreaking, that's revolutionary. It's purely because it really didn't have much good competition. And I mean, yeah, sure, Death Stranding and Hollow Knight, those are good games, right? But when the argument could be made that Expedition 33, which is, yes, a good game, not necessarily something I would call legendary, though. Right? You see what I'm saying here?
I'd like to say this right now. I get what you're saying, but Battlefield and like Call of Duty are franchises that have been, or Halo are like established IPs that have been around since, I don't know, longer than 20 years. Clair Obscur has been around. She's the new IP. And also the shooter market is, or at least in the United States or Western countries, is much higher than like the JRPG market. JRPGs have always been like way more niche, and like only this Final Fantasy VII and like Persona 5 are like the closest thing to being mainstream to the US. It's like a more niche genre. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I catch your drift. So yes, there's less people that play it, but that also should be reflected in something like the Game Awards. Why is a JRPG winning 9 out of 12? We need actual categories here, because like best game direction, right? Best game direction, that could be perceived as multiple things, right? Like game direction. So are we talking about story? We talking about world building? What are we talking about here? What do you mean by game direction? Because Death Stranding and Clair Obscur are two games that, in my opinion, are not necessarily all too similar. And Hollow Knight's just a great game. I mean,
I need to finish Hollow Knight, bro.
I'm a glaze Hollow Knight a little bit. That game definitely deserved art direction. It definitely did. I mean, not saying that Clair Obscur whatever didn't have good art direction, because I look at clips from the game and it looks brilliant, right? But I just think my end take in my huge rant here, with all these numbers thrown out and all that shit, is that yes, Clair Obscur is a good game, but I don't think it should have gotten 9 out of 12 or 9 out of 13 or however many it was. We should have had more variety. Why can I hold up on both of my hands how many games were nominated this year? I just feel like we had a lack of titles that were good enough to come close to Clair Obscur. Because yes, Clair Obscur is a good game, and yes, it deserved some nominations. Yeah, I would even go as far as to say that I would accept it getting 6, right? Because it was that good of a game. Go ahead.
Have you heard the OST though? Like, have you heard the music though?
Yes, but like, see, why does that go into art direction?
That's not art direction. They have a different category called best score.
Best score, and that's why I got it, because of the music?
No, best score, it means the music. That means the music of the game. The game soundtrack. That's a category.
I've heard bits and pieces of the soundtrack. I haven't full on sat down and listened to like the soundtrack of Clair Obscur, partially because, and I'm not saying this to rip on JRPGs, but like you said, JRPGs are kind of this niche thing that personally is something that I haven't gotten into, because well, it's just not my type of game. You feel me?
Basically, just like a more sophisticated anime game, if you catch my drift. Yeah.
So if you're talking about Genshin Impact, that
No,
completely
no,
turns me off of the
no,
whole genre.
no. Genshin Impact is awful. No,
I
no,
would
no,
rather
no.
jump off a cliff than talk about Genshin Impact. Fucking hell.
I hate that game,
So
bro.
give me like just a little tidbit of why you personally think that Clair Obscur deserved a 9 out of 12. Because of me
Well,
personally, I think it didn't. But just for the sake of fairness for the show, let's get that opinion out there as well. Because I don't want to seem like I'm ragging on the game at all. You feel me?
well, in this case, you're hearing from two completely different perspectives. Like, I like all the games were really good, like Hollow Knight Silk Song and like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They all, but I felt like Clear Obscur was just the best in like almost every way. Like, it had like the best. Well, it didn't. I don't know. Story kind of is subjective, but it definitely kept me on rail while playing the game. And also, the characters are there's no unlikable character. Like, absolutely none. All the characters are so likable. The music is heavenly. The like the gameplay loop, the parries. It's like basically a mix of like Final Fantasy, Persona with its UI elements, even like the Mario and Luigi RPGs based off like the real time stuff, and Dark Souls because of parry. It just feels like it's just like a combination of a lot of like things that I like into one game. Also, a few animes that my favorite animes are on like a lot like Clear Obscur. So Clear Obscur to me just like that's why. Well, here's why I think. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just like it's late at night and I'm just going all over the place. Or,
It's okay. You're good.
9. The reason why I think 9 out of 12 it deserved was because I thought it was like the best out of all of those things, even if the other games were still really good in that category. Because if you were to give those games awards, honestly, I thought that would have been worse. Because that just feels like, oh, we feel bad for you, and it's like giving them like a participation award. If they were really going to give it to Clear Obscur, but they just wanted to give it to other games because they feel bad, I think that's worse. As I mentioned, it's like a participation award.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily do it for the reason of you feel bad for that game. You would do it because Clair Obscur has gotten 6 out of the 12 nominations and you want to talk about something else.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I feel like that just like they would just be like, oh well, you won too many awards. Here's I'll give this one to someone else just because it's like a participation award, and
But
their
see,
studio feels.
yeah, if it was a participation award and it's like a game that doesn't even deserve to be nominated for that, I could understand where you're coming from. But like, there were multiple games in the running for all of these categories, and it was close. You cannot tell me it wasn't close. Like, Hollow Knight definitely has really good art in game. It looks amazing, right? Like, you can agree with that.
Oh no, it's one of the best looking indie games.
Exactly. So it's not like it was standing alone on this pedestal and just being leagues better than every other game. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, yeah, it's not leagues better than every other game. That's more of a subjective thing.
Yeah, see, like, it feels like the Game Awards this year were written specifically by somebody, and not trying to like dog on you, Saber, but somebody like Saber who just fucking loved the game, couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Me with Elden Ring 3 years ago.
Exactly. It just kind of feels like it was written by a certain fan base. You feel me? It doesn't feel like every single fan base or every single game genre was properly represented this year or anything like that. And to me, I just feel like there were a lot of other games that deserved nominations, bro. There were a lot of other games, and not saying that Clair Expedition 33 didn't deserve those 9 out of 12 nominations, because it's a good game. I just think that I could have heard a little bit less. Clair Expedition 33, Clair Expedition 33, Clair Expedition 33. Like, come on, bro. Talk about something else. Give me another game that I should buy. Like, man. That's just my take, though. If you enjoy Expedition 33, more power to you. It's a great game. I know a lot of people that like it. I'm not trying to hate on that game or hate on its fan base or anything like that. I just think that we should have had a bit more variety in the games of the year.
Well, what if that was me though? Like, what if that guy was me though? What if I was Jeff Keeling? I could be Jeff Keeling.
Put your hands in the air, boy. Why did it back on that win?
2022.
Why?
FBI,
I'm
open up.
And 2023 because I wanted to rage bait the Spider-Man 2 fans and Zelda fans when Baldur's Gate 3 won, but that's beside the point. Oh wait, I was gonna talk about games that I actually did want to play that are coming next year. Forza Horizon 6, obviously, and also Pragmata looks interesting to me. That's just me.
Yeah, that is one of the topics I wanted to get on into
I
here.
wanted to
3
say
games that you're looking forward to
Since
next
we're talking
year.
about games in 2026, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Go
Do
Give
we
us
think
3 games.
GTA 6 is going to release?
No.
Nope.
No.
It's not coming. It's not coming
It's
out.
a social experiment at this point.
It's not coming out. It doesn't exist, bro. It never existed. It's
It's
all been a
AI.
rug pull this whole time. It's all AI. It's all AI.
It's all AI. It ain't real shit, man.
Mason,
Until I see some proof of
it's in the
Nico
clouds,
Bellic
Mason.
on the street going to Burger Shot.
Nah, for real though. In 2026, if GTA 6 comes out, this is just me touching on GTA 6 alone real quick. I'm not gonna buy it, bro. I've been waiting for so long. I've been told that it was gonna run on hardware from 5 years ago when it was announced, and I've upgraded my PC accordingly, and now it's like we're 3 or 4 years down the line. This hardware's getting old, and we're being told that it's gonna take the top line hardware to run again. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You told me back in the day that it was gonna run on this, and now you're telling me that it's gonna run on this. But I went out of my way and prepared for the other thing you told me. So now I have to go upgrade my rig again to play your shitty ass game? Yeah, no, optimize your shit, bitch. I'm not doing that. You can fucking keep your $110 for your standard copy. Like, I'm not paying that much money. If they do 10, like, I don't even know like what the launch price is gonna be. Is it gonna be a $70 game? Is it gonna be an $80 game? Like, there were rumors of it being a $110 game.
My guess is 130.
Like exactly, bro. So like, why am I gonna get excited for a game that I don't even know the price, bro? I don't even know the
it's
price.
gonna be 100 because if Mario Kart can be an $80 game, GTA 6 is sure to be like a $100 game. That's me.
Well, you never know with with the fucking PlayStation Sony motherfuckers. They're probably gonna upcharge it to 130, knowing them bitches.
Oblivion Remastered was 40.
It was
I think
actually it was 50. Was it 40?
It was it like $49.99, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. It was 40 or 50 bucks. That should be the standard. I'm sorry.
It also shadow dropped. Oh, that's not even a hot take, bro.
I'm sorry to if nobody wants to pay $70 for the newest Call of Duty every year. I'm sorry, Activision especially, get your head on straight, bro. If you are literally going to tell us that the game is running on the same engine every year, and that you're just updating the engine, and that it's literally just an update for the older game, then update the older game and make it a $20 DLC, god damn it. Until you have something that can be considered a new game, don't charge me $70. That's my
For real though.
I think $70 for games is stupid in general. Well, like $60, we just all just got used to it and accepted it. 50, it should be priced based on the quality of the game, not based off an IP. I think that's stupid.
For real. You know how like you can get trading cards graded? I feel like we need to standardize game review. Game review needs to be standardized, and I don't know how to do it. And this might be a very controversial take, but I think we need to review, just get that into a place where we can have a system that we can chuck every single game through, right? And objectively review, okay, this game has 7 out of 10 visuals, 8 out of 10 story, 10 out of 10 gameplay. Like, we need to know what we're buying beforehand, because the pre-order shit is one thing. If you pre-order a game in 2025, I'm sorry, you deserve to get scammed. Like, you just deserve it. You shouldn't pre-order shit
I used
because you don't know what you're getting. Yeah, like, but back then you knew what you were getting. You knew what you were getting. They told you what you were getting.
The first time I got scammed with like a game, in my opinion, was like the new Zelda game. That still leaves a sour taste in my mouth to this day.
First time I got scammed in gaming. You know what? Is this really a scam? Game Pass specifically. I was using Game Pass to get Forza Horizon 4, right? And I liked Forza Horizon 4, so it had just released on Steam, so I buy it on Steam, right? And I stopped paying for my Game Pass because that's the only reason why I was really paying for Game Pass was for Forza. So I go to get on after my Game Pass subscription had expired, and every single one of my cars is gone. My progress is completely reset. I have to restart the whole game. So I feel like I was being scammed out of not only my money to game, but they also were trying to not only make me buy the game, but hold my progress hostage behind a paywall. And I just think Game Pass is one of the biggest scams in gaming, period. Ever since the price increase. And that was back when Game Pass was $5.99. And I still felt scammed. Imagine paying $30 for Game Pass.
I watched the Actman's video, so I know everything about that split.
Yeah, Actman, I mean, I watch him too, and I agree with a lot of his takes. I especially when it comes to Game Pass. Like, if you guys haven't, I mean, if you're watching my show, I'm sure you're subscribed to the Actman, because, like, let's be honest, if you've heard of me, you're pretty chronically online. But I mean, if you haven't heard of him, there you go. Go check out the Actman. He makes some pretty good gaming reviews, and honestly, he looks at stuff objectively and makes pretty good takes. But we're gonna move on to a different topic here. Well, I mean, we still haven't gotten.
I have a topic.
We still
Okay,
haven't
go
gotten
for it.
everybody's top games they're looking forward to
Let's
for
see this.
2026.
I got this. Let's talk about this topic first, though. Jake Paul getting absolutely knocked the fuck out by Anthony Joshua. Fuck me! On time! A miracle happened on Friday! The TikTok clown Vine sensation got knocked out in the ring.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is, if you didn't see that coming, if you were like watching that fight, going into that fight thinking that Jake Paul was going to absolutely rock his shit, are you delusional? Are you dumb,
Bro,
stupid,
Jake
or dumb,
Paul
huh?
only wins when he's fighting against old people. He
There's a
loses when he fights people like his age. He's a fraud.
There's a reason why he went
Well, and
after
plus the guy that he
retired old
fought-
fighters.
Because he knows he would win. Easily.
Exactly, you got it, because he knows he would win.
And then all of a sudden, Jake Paul's like, oh, I'm fighting Anthony Joshua. His family called him nuts because Anthony Joshua is a 2-time fucking boxing champion and a gold glove in boxing. Back when he won the gold glove in boxing, Jake Paul was just a Vine freaking YouTuber. He wasn't even in boxing back then. Unlike Anthony Joshua.
I love seeing the replays on TikTok and shit.
Him getting his jaw broken.
Yep. Just when they put it in slow mo, and you can just see that perfect.
See the smile on his face before he threw that punch.
And then as Jake goes down, and his face is like, whoa.
Yeah. Fucking, he got hit. Oh no, he was done. He couldn't even get up. He was wobbling when he got up. He got his jaw broken in 2 places and had 5 teeth removed from his bottom half. Because that dude punched him so hard with the right hook and knocked him out. It literally made him go knock down. And it hurt him.
Well, yeah, they say that the brunt force of a professional boxer's punch is the equivalent to 12 shotgun slugs going off in your
Exactly.
face. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I tend to agree with it considering the damage to Jake Paul's face. I mean, he's never going to be able to smile straight again.
Hell no. Hell no. Thank God. I can't
think you
wait to
gotta-
see. I'm Jake Paul and I got beat up by a real boxer.
I think he got a
Wow!
huge head after he fought Mike Tyson, thinking, "Oh, I beat up Mike Tyson. I beat up Iron Mike. Oh, I can take anybody now." And he goes and he tries to fight somebody who is still, he admittedly,
Who's double
Anthony
his
Joshua
size, double
isn't-
his weight.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua isn't necessarily in his prime right now, but admittedly, he is one of the most demon-like people in the world. Because like he's recovering from all the shit that he just went through, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like this is the off season. So that's why I say that. No dissing on Anthony Joshua. Great fighter. Great fighter.
But you know who I
Totally
really want to see him? So, you know who I really want to see Anthony Joshua fight next, though? And I'm going to say this. If anybody knows who the fuck Tyson Fury is, that 6'9" heavyweight monster who used to rule the boxing ring, the Gypsy King, dude, that would be a absolute banger fight because it's 6'7" versus 6'9" monsters in heavyweight fighting. I would watch it.
Well, people, we have our homework. I don't know who he is. If you don't know who he is, you have your homework too. We're gonna look him up after this. But honestly, man, when it comes to fighting and like a physical contact sports in general, man, I have a lot of respect for all the people that can go out there every single weekend and get the shit beat out of them. Like, even though Jake Paul got his shit rocked and he really deserved it, I have a lot of respect for the man.
Wrong
Just
button.
purely because he can
I'm just
You
gonna
know.
let you guys know. Sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to get off a bit early.
That's okay, man. You have
That's
a
all
great
Also,
night.
next time I will try to here on the channel. I want to try to get my goof up, so I'll be funnier next time. Or at least I'll try to.
Hey, man, don't feel like you gotta be somebody you're not.
Don't stress it.
This
Oh,
is
thank
literally
you.
just a conversation. You have a
That
great
is
night,
what it-
man.
You too.
Have a
as
good one,
well.
brother.
I enjoyed hearing about your take on E33. It's like hearing it from two completely different types of people, two completely different types of
bro,
gamers.
it's like we're
Yin and
there's
yang.
a river separating us, and I'm the desert, and you're the Greenlands.
Exactly. Yin yang. See ya. That's what it's about. See ya.
See you, man. All right, well that's been Saber, aka Luke. If you guys want to go check him out, I'll have his YouTube channel linked down in the description. But personally,
Subscribe, or you're gonna have a bad Christmas.
yeah, subscribe or you're getting coal in your stock. But no, when it comes to people like Jake Paul, I have a huge amount of respect for anybody who participates in physical sports. Like,
Listen, I ain't got no respect for Jake Paul because
Well, I
all
mean-
he fought was nobody.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
yeah, he fought nobody, but let's be real, bro. Let's be real. This is why I have respect for Jake Paul. If Anthony Joshua landed a hit to my jaw, I'm cooked, bro. I'm up in heaven. I'm in the fucking lobby, man.
Well, yeah, that's almost
I'm
a
in the lobby.
300-pound man. That's almost a 300-pound monster, 6'7". Yeah.
Like, let's be real, man. Neither me or you could
No.
could look at Anthony Joshua dead in the eye and just take that, bro, and just take that.
But
blow
Jake
straight
Paul,
to the face.
give me 6 months of training. I'll fucking be in that ring. Give me Jake Paul, please. Please let me have him.
But that's why I have respect for Jake Paul, because yes, sure, he didn't win the fight, but he sure as hell got in the ring, and he sure as hell stood his ground and stood on business, and that deserves a little bit of respect. Jake Paul, you earned my respect that night, even though you lost. Your brother Logan Paul is still kind of a bitch. I don't
Logan
like
Paul
him.
I have no respect for. He was talking trash the whole fight, and then when his brother got knocked out, it was done.
Yeah, Logan Paul, you're kind of a bitch.
Logan Paul,
But
go back
Jake-
to fucking WWE and suck Triple H's dick if you're hearing.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of here.
Go back to your
that's also something
entertainment.
we should talk about. That's actually something we should talk about, bro. WWE, fucking
John Cena.
John Cena gone. And
Rest in
now we
peace,
got
Cena.
Logan Paul in that bitch. This is the downfall of the WWE. You lost your golden boy. You lost John Cena. And now you got Logan Paul.
You only got a
I'm
few
sorry.
legends left.
Yeah, you only got a few legends left. You only got so much time left on the airways, it seems, because when NASCAR, which is admittedly a dying sport, has more concurrent viewers than you got a problem. You got to do something new. And I'm gonna be real. If anybody from the WWE is listening, putting Logan Paul up there is not the way to do it. If you want to make more money in glamorized kind of scripted fights, because I know not all of them are scripted, you can go off the script, but if you want to make money on that, you got to get people in there that the youth especially wants to see fight. Like,
the thing is with wrestling, if you want to see a high professional wrestling match, get the people who trained in since the NXT training grounds, you know what I mean? Like, since they were tying in day one, since they were training to be wrestlers.
but like, professional wrestling and the WWE, I feel like are a bit different, because like actual wrestling, if you look that shit up, bro, that shit, oh my god, the way that those wrestlers can just contort and bend, it's scary, bro. It's scary.
Yeah.
I could never do something like that. They would bend me like a pretzel, bro. It would be over. But the WWE is more so, at least in my opinion, it's about the show, right? They want to put on a good show. So like, if you want people to watch it, especially the youth, right? Because they're the one that's most money. Put iShow Speed up there. Get iShow Speed up there. Get fucking and Mr. Beast in the ring. Get iShow Speed and Mr. and let them wrestle, bro. Let them throw tables at each other. I'd watch that. Exactly. Get KSI in there and get his brother Neji in there. Get them all in there, bro.
Shit, get the face Jarvis. Get Jarvis and his brother, freaking whatever his name is, you know.
Jack Black. Get Jack Black in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you gotta do something. You gotta do something, bro. Imagine Jack Black coming to the top rope.
Listen, I couldn't imagine Jack Black from the Minecraft movie tied up in the corner like he was in that movie with Jason Momoa. Chicken jockey.
Imagine the tag team fights, though. That would be so awesome. You got Jack Black and Markiplier going up against KSI and Logan Paul. Oh my god, dude. Okay, no. WWE, tap in. Hey, yo, I need a job. WWE, come hire me. Nah, I'm just joking. I don't really watch the WWE. I'm more of a racing type guy. But something that I do need to talk about, and me and Lucas here, we definitely want to talk about this. Why does it seem like the NFL just keeps scamming the Detroit Lions over and over again, man? Why?
This is my take on it. Bullshit call.
Like okay, I wanna back it up, because like we just had a game last night, and that was complete bullshit. But let's back it up a week. Let's go to the Lions versus the Rams game. Incomplete pass, down at the one at the best. You know, if you watch the game, you know what call I'm talking about. That was
bullshit.
That was not a touchdown. Down at the one, at best. Down at the one. And then, okay, now, okay, that happened. The Lions we're down one, right? We're fighting for the playoffs, right? We are having a terrible second and third quarter against the Steelers. But we find our steam and we bring it back for a close game. We get it in the end zone, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And every single time we do, for the winning game, for the winning touchdown, right, that would have won the game, the refs pull us out of the end zone. Tell me that's not a little suspect. Exactly, you can't. I mean, I don't know how blatantly the NFL has to make it that it's scripted, but to me, it gets scripted because if you look at the Lions' overall record this year, right? We haven't been shut out. We haven't had to. We're not a terrible team, but according to the win-loss ratio, you know, we're not doing so hot. But we barely lose by like what? What was the game that we lost the most, right? I think I quoted it to you last night, Lucas, when we were talking about this. Oh, I think it was like 16 points. That was the
It was
most.
against the Washington Commanders last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, we only lost by 16 points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if that's the game where we lost the most points and it was only 16, then you tell me with a straight face why we haven't been to the playoffs. If every single team that we versed we haven't lost by a lot, right? Like there's been no game where the Lions fans walk out of the stadium and specifically feel like, all right, we got completely shut out. We're worse than them. Where it's always a debate. If this call went differently, the Lions would have won.
Believe me, what really pissed me off was that fucking end of the game call. And all I see is Lions fan. They didn't even walk out of the stadium and accepted their loss. They stood there in their seats and watched and screamed the fucking refs rigged the game.
And not only that, didn't one of the Steelers players harass that one fan in the stands?
He
like
pulled
full
his
on
fucking
grab him?
Yeah.
Like
DK Metcalf.
and the amount of calls, like
By the
if
way,
you look
DK
at-
Metcalf, if you're hearing this, you're a dirty motherfucker for doing that.
Yeah, you're a dirty bitch, man. Don't touch her. Don't touch the Lions fans, or you're gonna have to answer to Sonic and Knuckles next year. And you don't want to do that. You already saw what Gibbs alone could do. By the way, I do want to say this. Gibbs, especially every single receiver on the Lions right now, whether every single guy who got their hands on the ball last game, did a brilliant game. I don't blame the Lions in the way that they played at all. They did brilliantly. Sure, we ran out of steam at the middle of the game. But against the Steelers, we played our hearts out. Goff was in the game literally until the last second. And at the end there, especially at the end of the Steelers-Lions game, because it's always at the right. It's always at the end.
Always.
Steelers and Lions game. If you didn't watch it, this is what happened, right? We're like, what, 30-yard line? Would you say? Not even?
What's up?
Where do you think we were that last play? The Lions were at like what, the 30, the 20?
They were at like the 15-yard line.
We were at the 15-yard line. Goff throws it up, throws a pass to St. Brown. Now, according to the refs, St. Brown, before the pass was even thrown, hit one of the defensive guys out of the way, which is supposedly offensive pass interference. Yeah, bullshit. The guy was in his way. He was running his route. Get out of it. It's a contact sport. Anyways. Goff throws it to Brown. Brown gets it. He's getting pushed out of the end zone, right? Like they're right there, 1, 2, 3-yard line. He's getting pushed out by two Steelers. He throws a hot potato to Goff. Goff grabs it and jumps in the end zone. But because of that little contact before St. Brown even had the ball, before he even had the ball in his hand, they called it as a flag, and they didn't let him replay the play. No, because normally when there's a flag on the play, you either replay the down or you take the penalty. In this case, they should have replayed that down.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, they should have replayed the down, and they should have kept going until they actually had a good result, right? But no, they say Goff got the touchdown, which of course, me in my living room, I get up, I start jumping because I heard the word touchdown, and I'm like, oh my God, we just won the game. But it doesn't count because there was a flag on the play beforehand, and time runs out, and we don't do time extensions after flags on the play.
But I have a controversial hot take to take on this too. Okay? But every time when Aaron Rodgers played against fucking the Lions when he was a Packer, okay? And they got penalized, the Lions, every time. They gave Rodgers a fucking play every time with 0 seconds on the fucking clock, which makes no fucking sense.
Exactly what I'm saying, bro. The NFL has rigged the script against the Detroit Lions for God knows what reason. And yes, I am a Detroit Lions fan through and through. Since the day I came out the womb, I've been repping the blue and silver for Lions. The blue, white, and silver. You know it. Every single day. I live and I breathe the Lions when it comes to Detroit football. Never rooted for a different team a day in my life. But even coming from, like, I've talked to Steelers fans about that game already, and they tell me that was bullshit. Like, even Steelers fans have come to the agreement with me that you were in the end zone 3 times. You got the touchdown. You made it in the end zone 3 times, and they pulled you out of it. No, you got the touchdown. And I agree with that, because, like, we got down there 3 times. And even if at the end, let's say we did have a flag on the play, right? Okay, sure. Offensive pass interference. Offense. The people who are trying to get down the field. It's our pass. We have to interfere with our own pass. How are we supposed to receive it? I don't understand it at all. Like, are you not allowed? Like, you see the ball in the air, and you and a defensive man are both fighting to get in that spot where the ball is going to land so you can catch it. You're not allowed to push and shove each other to try and get the ball. Because, like, I mean, I see it all the time when they're running routes. Like, sure, you're not allowed to grab on their collar, but they do it, you know?
Exactly.
And they pull them down, and it gets to the point in the game where it's like, what is a call and what isn't? Because, like, they were calling calls on the Lions, and I would look at the Steelers and see them doing the same thing. And I do want to say this, that last game against the Steelers, the refs were doing all right. Right? Like, they were doing some okay calls there, literally until the Lions had their last charge. They were doing a good job until then. And it's kind of like the game is dictated by who is getting the least amount of penalties. And that's how I feel watching the NFL right now. Whoever the refs decide is going to win is going to win. And I'm losing love in the sport. Like, I've been into the NFL for a while. Like, I watch it with my dad, but, like, this is the first season where I've been, like, into it, like, watching every game. And all I gotta say is, do we know this is scripted? Like, have they come out and told us that this is scripted? Is there something I'm missing? Or is this just the way it is? And somebody in the higher ups that owned the Detroit Lions upset at somebody at NFL, and this is just the way it is? Because I don't feel like we're being played fairly when it comes to the rules. Or the other teams, because the Steelers were not playing fairly. I saw multiple calls of thing. Like, the guy literally had a hand full of Jahmyr Gibbs' shirt. Right? Like, you go back and you watch that game, you know exactly where I'm talking about. He had the shirt stretched all the way out. You could see it in the feed, and Gibbs is trying to get away, and he does eventually break free. But where's the flag for holding? Where is it? It doesn't come out. It never does.
Exactly.
But that's my rant on the Detroit Lions. The NFL has rigged the sport against the Lions. The Lions is probably the only team in the NFL that you put them up against any other team in the NFL, and it's a coin flip to see who wins. They're the only ones that no matter who you put them up against, they stand a chance. And I don't know, man. I'm just upset with the way the last 2 games have gone. Specifically the one with the Rams, because it was one call that changed the entire trajectory of the game. Not to say that last night's game against the Steelers wasn't any better, but I don't know. NFL kind of falling off. But Lucas, what games are on your wish list right now? What games are you looking forward to, man?
To be honest, right now, I really can't wait for Forza 6.
Forza Horizon 6.
Yeah.
Seems like everybody's looking forward to Forza, but I mean, I've been playing it since Forza Horizon 3, and I played a little bit of 2, but I didn't own my own copy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting older, and I'm getting into more actual race-oriented car games, right? Because not to say that the racing experience in Forza isn't good, because it's good, but like when you actually try and competitively race and you get into an online match and you just get punted going into turn 1, that's not competitive. That's not fun. I don't enjoy that. I don't think you would enjoy that either, Lucas.
For real,
Like you, like I've just fallen out of love with Forza because of that. Because every single time I join an online session and I'm trying to get some good laps in, you know, I'm trying to get a good race. There's a meta car that I can't do anything about because it's completely goated for its class and it's literally the best car for that class, yada yada yada. I feel like I'm watching a Call of Duty loadout video every single time I go into Horizon Open. Like, what's the best class car, or what's the best car for C class? What's the best car for B class? Like, I don't want to have to watch that stuff. Make the cars realistic. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to the F1 2025 update that gives it the 2026 cars. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Halo Combat Evolved remaster. That's campaign only, but still looking forward to it because, well, it's going to get a lot of people into Halo, and that's always good. I love Halo. I'm also looking forward to, well, this game really hasn't been announced yet, but it's kind of assumed that it's coming. NASCAR 26. NASCAR 25 was awesome. I can't wait to see what they change in 26 to make it even better. Hopefully, iRacing's done a brilliant job. The way the tracks are scanned, the way the cars feel, the way you set it up, the way how you can actually adjust the car to be looser, and the car actually does feel looser. It's not like the car just feels slippier, you know? You can actually feel the body roll in the car. It just feels great. It feels great. But other than that, those are the games I'm looking forward to in 2026. Got any New Year's resolution, my man?
Just trying to fix my mentality.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of something I wanted to touch on. I mean, this is that time of year where it's like the time of giving and everybody gets gifts for everybody, and you go through all this shit and you spend all this money, and it's kind of stressful, right? So like, especially if you're a guy, like you're okay. Like you're okay to feel. You're okay to like, oh, I'm overwhelmed right now. I gotta step away. That's sometimes what you gotta do. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do as a man. And sometimes you just gotta know when to call it, you know? So, from one mentally ill guy to the rest of the world, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just do what you gotta do. Don't worry about what other people are saying or how they might feel. Do what you gotta do. Do what's best for you. Put your own mask on first. Because at the end of the day, all that really matters is you, right? And I'm not just preaching at the wind here. But anyways, it's been just 2025 has been a rough year for, I mean, I know myself and I mean that about myself, but I don't think I'm speaking for just myself when I say that 2025 has been a shit show. And sure, we didn't get locked in our houses with quarantine or any of that, but it sure as hell was not the kindest year. And I'm looking forward to 2026 myself for that reset so I can say, all right, new chapter, new page. And my resolution is I'm going to try and work on negative. Because negativity, it seeps in through the cracks, right? And it gets in places you didn't think it would ever be. And it's like a disease. As soon as you get a little negative, the negativity spreads, it duplicates. It just becomes more, it gets greater. That's not good. So, I just want to focus on the good things about life. Because while the bad times are more common than the good, you have to cherish the good to get through the bad. Kind of like, you ever seen a dog dig a tunnel? And he's shooting the dirt out the back of the tunnel. And he's having a good time while doing it, right? He's having a great time. He's digging for something. He's trying to get to that bone that he buried. He's got to shovel all that shit out the back of him. He's got to get through all that. He just got to get through and get to the good shit. How many licks will it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? Type shit. But different topic today. I've been playing a lot of 2048. Do you remember 2048?
A little bit.
The one game where you got to match the 2 into the 4 and you get all the spaces
yeah.
don't get clogged. Yeah. I've been playing a lot of that, and I just feel like simple games like that don't for being good games. And I've sunk like 20 hours into that game in the past week, just purely because it's simple and rewarding. And there's like a leaderboard on the PC version, and you can compete with those people, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. Any topics you wanted to bring up here, Luke?
Nothing really.
You were stranded on a desert island, and you could have any drink in the world. Like you're famished. You haven't drinking anything in 2 weeks. You need a drink, and you could have anything in the world. What drink are you going for?
Give me a bottle of Crown.
See, I'm similar, but not in like the alcohol way. I want give me 2 liter of that Royal Crown. Give me 2 liter of that RC Cola. Give me one of them, or maybe a classic Arnold Palmer, tall boy. You know what I'm saying?
You're fucking fruit cocktails from fucking Arizona Palmer teas.
Those are pretty good. What's your favorite car in Forza, my man?
Obviously, the 1993 Skyline GTR.
Yeah, you do like those Skylines.
Yes, sir.
Personally, I I mean, it's not my favorite car in the world, but like when it comes to Forza, I like the Moldster MT900S. Very, very good car. But you have to take out the stock engine because it's a piece of shit. And you got to put in the 7.4 liter racing V8, which in real life equates to a 460 Ford big block. Got to put that some bitch in there. Got to throw twin turbos on it, give it some all-wheel drive. And there you go. You got yourself one of the fastest track cars in the game. That's outside of DLC packs. Yeah, go drive that thing around. You'll know what I mean. But honestly, with the new Forza game, like it's 6, I hope they take after Forza Horizon 3, because Horizon 3, right, had big, wide, open roads. Like the roads are really wide, big map, and I don't know. Might be the nostalgia getting to me because it was like my first Forza Horizon game, the one that I really played, and the one where I made a name for myself being one of the fastest drivers in Forza ever. I think they should take after H3. If what I'm hoping, right? If I was turned 10,
Yeah.
I would take every single map from every single Forza Horizon game, right? And I would make a new map. And I would make all the old maps islands, right? And all islands are surrounding this new map. And you got long bridges, really long, like 5-mile long, pure straight bridges across the ocean to get to these maps. It's all open world. You can drive to each map you want. The maps are still the same size, but you just get in your car. And like, let's say, oh, I wanna go to the Horizon 3, but I'm on the H5 map. Oh, I gotta go 2 maps over, so I gotta get in my car. Or I guess you could fast travel, but like, let's be real. If you fast travel in Forza, you're missing out on one of the key features of Forza, the sceneries. Just do it. You'll understand why. Anyways, you get in your car. And you got to go over all the maps. And you got to go through all this nice scenery to get to the other map. And you have all the maps, all the cars from every single game. Buy the licensing from all the cars, from all the old games. And specifically, all the DLCs will also be like in one island off to the side. I just think that they need to add content on top of what they already have instead of trying to make something completely new. Because if this is the last Forza Horizon game, right? The last one, the last big shebang, they're not going to make more after this. They should have all content accessible. And on top of the older maps, like H3 and Australia map need to be remastered. The graphics are fine. But map and H1's map, those might need a bit of work, especially H1, because that wasn't really open world. Forza Horizon 1, you couldn't really like demolish the barrier on the side of the road and go down into the field and start driving around in the field. You couldn't do that in H1. So make it so we can do that on that map. That would be nice too. Other than that, maybe like, I don't know. I've always wanted to get out of the car and like walk around the car. Like, yeah, you can do that in camera mode, but like, I've always wanted to like get out of the car and walk around in my garage with 900 some cars and actually physically get in them, listen to the keys go in the ignition and the car roll over. Like, I want to have specific sounds for each car. Everything. I don't care if the game is 2 terabytes. Everything. Last Horizon game, go home. And honestly, the only game devs that could make a game like that, where it has each individual engine note, each individual from each individual car that's in the game, specific to that car in the game, it would be Turn 10 Studios with Forza, because they already go out. This is how a car gets into Forza, right? They find a person with a mint version of that car, and they go out and they 3D car. And back in H3, I don't know if they do this now, but back in H3, they would get an exhaust note off of the car. But they definitely stopped doing that at some point, because in H5 all the cars sound relatively the same, and I don't like that.
For real.
But keep how the game runs, because Forza Horizon 5 runs very well, and that's part of the reason why it does so well. And it helps the player base, because like NASCAR 25, that game has a hard time running on stuff like my ROG Ally. Like, you're getting 44 frames per second, which, yeah, sure, some people could consider that playable. I don't. I need at least 60. But other racing games like F120 perfectly plays. I just play that. But I like how optimized Forza Horizon 5 is, and I hope that they can continue to bring that very ease of access window into the Forza game in the future. But other than that, that's really all I have to talk about today. Other than, well, hopefully we get a new Balloons Tower Defense game, but I'm sure I'm like one of the 10 people in the world excited for Balloons Tower Defense 7. Like, if you know, you know. But anything else you want to talk about, Lucas?
I think that was pretty much it, homie.
Well, I guess we'll call this, like, I don't know. This episode's kind of been thrown together here at the last minute. We're trying to get a new crew back together. We're trying to get some new faces on, as you saw Saber there. He's a pretty cool guy. We're trying to get more content creators on. Got a couple new faces that you could be seeing in the coming episodes. We'll be sure to have some more people here, so the show isn't necessarily just me rambling on about bullshit. But if you enjoyed me rambling on about bullshit and the talks about the Game Awards, you know what to do. Press that like button, forget to subscribe. And if you didn't, well, you know what I'm
Enjoy
gonna say.
having coal in your fucking goddamn motherfucking stock.
Get fucked. Have a good night, everybody.